Uh, Sunday school.
You
Oh,
forgot Sunday school?
I did. I'm so overwhelmed. I have all these pills I gotta take. I have all these bills I gotta pay. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for the pills to take. I don't know how I'm gonna pay for the bills. It's out of control.
Miss Julie.
Well, I don't feel good, and I have all these pills that I'm supposed to take, but I don't. Look at this whole huge pile of bills. I don't know. I had this idea. I decided, okay, there's no way that I can pay it all. So I bought this lottery ticket, and I'm gonna use this lottery ticket, and I'm gonna win enough money that it'll pay all the bills, and it'll buy all the pills, and then voila, I'll feel better.
Miss Julie, you gotta. How about you trust in God?
Well, I know, but this lottery ticket, if I just win, this is the Mega Million lottery. It says 54 million this week. That's a lot of money. 54 million would easily.
That's enough to buy a car and a house.
Oh, more than that. Yeah, and it'll pay all my bills and everything. So when I win the lottery, I won't have to worry.
Miss Julie.
What?
You're more likely to get killed by a vending machine.
A vending machine?
Yes.
I don't even.
How can you get killed by a vending machine?
I don't know. I don't even know where there is a vending machine.
Exactly.
A vending machine?
Yes.
I'm more likely to get killed by a vending machine than win the lottery?
Oh,
Wow.
Miss Julie.
What?
How in the world do you get killed by a vending machine?
I don't know.
Or you're more likely to become president or an astronaut.
Become president or an astronaut? I don't even go to the moon, and I don't really care about the president too much.
Exactly.
So
this lottery is just like that.
It is?
You just have to trust in God.
Well, what are my chances of winning this lottery?
Well, pretty much. Well, this lottery,
Yeah.
this lottery is actually a big scam.
It is?
Yes.
Why? It was only $2. If I just spend $2 a day, if I spend $2 a day and I win the lottery, voila, I'm fixed.
Well, this is a big scam.
It is. Why? I know people that have won the lottery.
It's a tiny. Yeah, but really, the people that made the lottery actually win.
Oh, they're the winners?
Yes.
Well, somebody does really win. I do know a person that won the lottery, but wow, you might be right.
You'd rather be better off paying your bills with all your money.
So if I took the $2 and paid the bills, if I took the $2 I was spending every day and paid the bills, then the bills would be paid. I could take the pills, and then the pills would make me feel better?
No. You gotta trust in God.
Oh. Okay, guys, the lottery, it's going to be on in just a minute. We got to watch. Hopefully I'm going to win. I don't know how to make this remote work. Can someone try to make the remote work?
I can. I know.
All right, try getting it working. Oh, there. Oh. There it is. There it is. There it is.
Now you mighty lottery.
I hope I win. I hope I win.
Our next number is yellow 55.
I got it. I got it. I got it.
Yay! The next number is blue 54.
I got it.
Yay! The next number is light blue 65.
Oh, no.
The last number
I
is
didn't win.
orange 26.
Oh,
Thanks for playing Mighty Million Lottery.
I didn't win.
So see you next time. Bye.
Those weren't the numbers I had. Now what?
It's okay, Miss Julie. You're gonna have to earn more money.
I'm gonna have to earn more money.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways to earn money.
There is.
Like a lemonade stand.
Oh, lemonade stands. We did good at the lemonade stand. Maybe I could have a lemonade stand. That might be a good idea.
Remember those jewels that we found?
Oh, yeah.
Those were $100.
Wow, yeah, that's true.
So you already have a lot of money.
There is some other ways to earn money, isn't there?
I remember that.
Okay, well, wow, maybe that could be our Sunday school lesson. What do you think?
Being someone who's mad about paying bills and someone had to talk them out of it?
No, maybe trusting in God could be our Sunday school lesson.
Hey, I just remembered.
What?
What's our third miracle with God?
Our third miracle? Our third miracle is about a man who trusted in God. That goes right along with this, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll get our Bible out. How about that?
That's a great idea.
Okay.
Hi kids, today's miracle is miracle number 3. It's found in John chapter 5, verses 1 through 9. After this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem, by the sheep market, a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In those days lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there, which had an infirmity 38 years. When Jesus saw him, he knew that he had been there now a long time in that case. He saith unto him, Wilt thou be made whole? And the impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool, but while I'm coming, another steppeth in before me. Jesus saith unto him, Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. And immediately the man was made whole, and took up his bed, and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. What we know about this particular miracle is that it happened by a sheep market at a pool named Bethesda with 5 porches. In Hebrew, the name Bethesda actually means house of mercy. And actually, that pool was discovered in 1964 by a team of archaeologists. So if something was written before that, people didn't even know where it was. But now we know exactly where it is. In fact, if you go to Jerusalem, you can see the pool of Bethesda. And you can see the 5 porches. There's parts of them still there. So under the porches, there was a bunch of sick people. And if we read verse 4, there's where the problem comes in. Some Bible translations don't have verse 4. I found that out this week, and it really puzzled me. I thought, what in the world? How does a verse go missing out of the Bible? Well, there's a few different reasons why it went missing. It's actually in my Bible. I have a King James Bible, and it's in my Bible just as I read it to you. But some Bibles eliminated the verse. They said, they weren't in the first manuscripts, different things like that. One of the reasons it remains in my Bible is because people thought, well, if it's in the King James Bible, even if I don't understand it, I'm going to believe it should be there. Another reason is, some said, well, I don't understand it, but maybe there's some sort of spiritual application, so, we'll leave it in. It sounds like, it seems to me like it should be there. Another reason was, it was put there for a logical reason, and someday we'll understand it. So, we know that it's a pool with 5 porches. We know that the people are there. We know that they think if they jump in the water, when it moves, the first one that jumps in will be healed. Those are pretty difficult odds, especially if you're already sick or disabled. What are the chances, right? Sort of like the lottery. Your chances are not very good of winning. Now, if you're just reading your Bible and you happen to have one that has it removed, you may not even notice. But since we know now that the pool of Bethesda has been found, there is a fairly clear idea of what maybe was going on. First thing is, when the archaeologists dug up the pool of Bethesda, they found out something very interesting. It was actually a pagan pool. It wasn't a Jewish cleansing pool, even though it was near the temple and near the sheep market. It actually was a pagan pool. Now, what in the world is a pagan pool doing in Jerusalem near the Temple Mount? It doesn't really make much sense, except when you do a little more digging. You find out that the pool was actually in a part of town where all the government buildings were, and it was in the Greco-Roman section of town. Now it makes a little sense why it's not a Jewish pool. The pool was actually made for a Greek god named Asclepius. He was the Greek god of healing. That's where our symbol of modern medicine comes from. You know, if you go to the doctor and your doctor's wearing one of those white coats, they might have one of those little snakes on a stick on the, a little label on their coat. That comes from the Greek god Asclepius. We know that's true because they discovered the pool in 1964. So people were there waiting for the movement of the water. And that fits in this setting. Now an angel went down. Some translations say angel of the Lord, but the King James Bible says angel, which means, what does that mean? If it was translated, it actually means messenger. We have to try to figure out the word messenger from who it was talking to, what it was talking about. Well, he was actually a servant of the temple. That servant or messenger would trouble the water. So what did Asclepius do, and how did he heal people? Or how did people think he healed people? He actually used snakes. Yikes. He would let a snake down, and the snake would go towards someone and heal them. At least that's what they thought. They also put snakes in the water. So this messenger possibly had a basket of snakes that at certain times they put in the water. Now, that would certainly trouble the water, wouldn't it? It would trouble me. I would want to jump out of the water instead of want to jump into the water, but they believed it would heal them, so in they went. We know that the international symbol for medicine comes from Asclepius, and the international symbol for pharmacy actually comes from Asclepius' daughter, named Hygeia. That's a symbol of a snake stirring the water. So these symbols are common, and it fits with the archaeological find. So maybe that gives us a little more insight on what may have happened. So there was a man there who had infirmity for 38 years. He was pretty discouraged. And then Jesus walked up to him. We'll find out this man is Jewish. What is he doing there? At a pagan pool? Well, he probably had pretty much given up. And what do we do when we feel like we want to give up? Sometimes we don't make the best choices either. So Jesus shows up and asks the guy, "Do you want to be made whole?" The word whole happens to be Hygeia. So what Jesus is saying is, you've been sick for 38 years. Is this what you really want? Hygeia? Do you want to be made whole by a pagan god? Well, the man answers him and says, "Well, I have no help, sir. I have no one to help me into the pool." Then Jesus says, while the man is at the pagan pool, "Rise up, take up thy bed, and walk." Immediately the man gets up. Now what does that show us? Jesus doesn't need to wait for any troubling of the waters. He doesn't need any snakes. He doesn't need anything going on like that. He can do it right there, right at a pagan pool. He's stronger than any other god. He can heal completely. He needed no help, and the man didn't need any help. Jesus proved he was the Messiah, the Lord of Lords. You know what made the difference for that man? He took his eyes off the water and looked at Jesus. All the other people were sitting there waiting for the water to move, remember? They wanted to keep looking at the water. They weren't going to look at anything else. But that man looked at Jesus. And when he looked at Jesus, Jesus said, "Rise, take up your bed, and walk." And he did. And that's miracle number 3. All we need to do is look up at Jesus. He can change our life from anywhere we are, even if it looks like we're not in a very good spot. Jesus can make the difference. Have a great week, kids. Bye.